Welcome back to this Wednesday edition of Good Day. Thanks for waking up early with us. Well, the last Texas legislative session brought our state two controversial gun laws, open carry and campus carry, and this time Republican lawmakers want to take it a step further. State Representative Jonathan Stickland from Bedford is the author of a House bill for what's called constitutional carry, to allow all Texans the right to openly carry a handgun with or without a permit. Thanks very much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so talk about how your bill would change the way things are now.
So right now what HB 375 is looking to do is make the CHL program right now optional for folks. We don't think that Texans should have to take a required class or pay a fee to exercise their Second Amendment rights to defend themselves.
So there are going to be questions about, well, does that mean that more people, maybe unstable people, will be able to openly carry?
So this is not an expansion of who can carry or where they could carry. So people who could currently qualify to get their CHL license would be able to do it under constitutional carry, but no one knew.
So they'll still have to meet the requirements, but they won't have to go through the process of getting the CHL and paying the fees.
Correct. We think that whenever you put regulations on folks, criminals by nature do not obey any laws. So what we do is we hurt the good guys. And what we are looking to do with constitutional carry is remove some of the barriers that are keeping the good guys from being in a position to defend themselves.
Of course, Democrats not enthusiastic about this. They're saying it's not necessary, and they're worried about threats to public safety. We see what's happening in Chicago. It's just shocking. The numbers up there with the gun violence. Is this going to enhance public safety?
I don't think so. I think one of the reasons that you see the spike in Chicago is because they have a lot of gun restrictions there. It's very hard for the average person to take their own personal responsibility for self-defense because of the restrictions that are put on them. The criminals are not obeying those laws. So Texas is not even leading the way on this, on constitutional carry. We already have 11 states that have enacted this at home, and nothing bad has happened. So the left, the gun grabbers who are trying to make it look like it's going to be the wild, wild west, I think those are unfounded.
Open carry passed 2 years ago by the legislature. There were concerns then about certain scenarios that could come up. It's late at night. Somebody walks into a convenience store openly carrying a handgun. The convenience store employees understandably might get very, very concerned about this scenario. Is that kind of thing playing out over the last 2 years?
I don't think so. In fact, for myself personally, I've talked to a lot of people who agree with this, including law enforcement. We've seen less guns on the streets since we passed open carry. I think for most responsible gun owners, open carry was just a way to keep themselves out of a situation where an inadvertent display happened. But most responsible gun owners realize the tactical advantage of not brandishing the weapon. They don't want anyone to know what they have on them.
So, real quick, how likely is this going to pass? How likely?
So we have seen the state Republican Party come out and made this an emergency item. Many counties, local party governments like the Tarrant County GOP have passed resolutions in support, and we have over 44,000 signed petitions, which is more than in support of the bill, which is more than anything else I'm aware of at this point. So I'm feeling very good about the grassroots. We'll see if the legislature follows suit.
We shall see. All right, Representative Stickland, thank you so much for the chat. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.